Hey, welcome to another edition of Sobi Side Hustles with Sobi Kenobi here. And today we're talking about Amazon, the thing that everyone tells you is the sure way to kind of make a ton of money. And how do I know anything about Amazon? A lot of product. Okay, guys, so you probably seen a ton of videos if you are trying to make money online, and a lot of people are telling you, hey, start an Amazon business. It used to be good before everyone started teaching. The more people teach you, the more competition's in the market. Why would somebody be teaching you something, a means of making money, if they could exploit it and basically make all the money themselves? Why are they teaching people how to make money? And it's more of a ploy than it is, um, anyone can start. Because they're trying to pitch something called Amazon FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon, not fulfilled by manufacturer, which is you. So we started on this Amazon journey by looking at Alibaba, seeing that there are, definitely some cheap items over there. Say you have this iPhone charger. These iPhone chargers would probably cost you $5 in the store, but here they're 30 cents a piece. They have $15 shipping, but if you increase that to maybe 300 quantity, you realize that per product you're paying around 50 cents for it. So you contact one of these Alibaba people, and then you realize that everybody is basically pressuring you to buy from them. And you realize that this is all just the competition in the supplier market. Why is everyone trying this hard to supply you something? Even a small quantity like 300, 200 chargers. And you kind of shrug it off. You're like, okay, maybe these guys are desperate to sell. They'll be fine, you know? So then you go here, you go on to Amazon Seller Central. It's your main hub to kind of build out your Amazon things. People will suggest to you to go for the professional man. Hey, why can't you make $40 a month? It's a really easy milestone to set. Maybe then you can kind of move forward from that. Okay, so you kind of start out that way. You basically like, okay, I can make $40 a month. So let me go here. Let me add a product. Let me. Then they say here that you have to type in a UPC, EAN, ISBN, or ASIN. And if you don't have a product, this thing can kind of stump you. But the good idea here is like ASIN. If you copy someone else's ASIN, this is what typically happens. So say if I copy these people's ASIN, which would really be this number up here. So if I copy this and I say that I'm selling one of these, what they do is they pop you not in the main um, like sellers kind of thing, not where you can just click add to cart, which typically people do. Like I would say a good 80% or 90% of people would just click this add to cart button. Very few of them click over here. They're going to add your option down here. That's what happens if you steal someone else's ASIN. So you don't want to steal their ASIN, you want to make your own. So what you do, if you even do UPC or something like that, then your UPC code they'll find the person selling the biggest one of that item with the UPC, and they'll tack you under something like this for them as well. So say you're creating your own product. You go in here, you create your own product. Let's say we're selling automotive, exterior accessories, maybe some bumper stickers, some decals. Okay, so say we're building something like that. Over here, it gives you the option to choose it, but if you don't, there is a way to kind of request for an exemption. So you can build out your own brands and you can build out your own like items and ASINs. So basically, if you have your own brand, you can create it and then you'll get an ASIN specific for that brand, and that's what you would use, your Amazon number. Um, and then you can get your own products kind of out there. But there's a drawback to doing something like this that people don't tell you. It is called the buy box. And I'll show you that I have all these chargers and all these charging bricks. And I'm going to give a 3-in-1 magnetic charger with a brick for 10 bucks. But the thing is, you go onto your page where you're selling this thing and all you see, there's no buy button here. Why is there no buy now button? And that's called the buy box. They only do that for certain items because you just created an item and your brand is generic. Um, they can't verify that you are a good shipper. So to be a good shipper, for anyone to buy your item, they'll have to click the see all buying things, and they'll have to click the add to cart to be able to for you to sell it. Very, very few people will ever follow through on that step. Even if they somehow get to your page, they will not click see all buying options and buy it off there. So it's such a hard step forward for one, you getting those buy-ins, those favorable reviews to win the buy box and build out your brand. And then be able to sell it. So what people do is they go for the FBA route. The FBA route means you ship it to one of their warehouses. Their warehouse will handle as many products as you submit to them. They hold a warehouse and they'll charge you in the case none of it sells. So you are going to be paying per these items that are being held in Amazon warehouses. So they have to sell, but they'll give you the buy box out of the gate when you go there, when you go that route with fulfilled by Amazon. The only problem is these fees can kind of rack up, and on some YouTube videos you probably see the truth revealed, maybe Amazon FBA sucks or these videos, you can see that people will tell you that Amazon is taking a huge chunk of their profit, even for products that they built out themselves, that they designed, they have manufacturers, they set up the shipping routes to the Amazon warehouses, they've had courier agreements, and all of these things in place. They are basically eking out off of saying spending about $5,000. They're maybe making about 400 or something in profit. So the majority of money goes to landed costs and to Amazon, and you walk away with a piece of that and a ton of liability. Just a ton of liability. So Amazon did a great job in shifting the liability. They get the lowest price for them, they get the lowest price for their customer, but they pop all that liability out on you. So in the case that your product doesn't sell, you have to pay Amazon. In the case that someone has a bad review and wants to return it to you, you have to absorb that cost. You have to absorb that loss, basically. And there were cases where one person gave somebody a 99% discount code because he couldn't refund the guy the money. And by doing that, other people used it. It somehow got disseminated, and everyone used his 99% product code off, which means that he was making a loss technically there. So you have, even though it gives you a platform, there's so much competition in, say, certain products that, first of all, visibility is a huge problem. But then the second of all, even if you pass all that visibility, they are taking a huge chunk of your profits, and it's just not worth um, it's not worth kind of going into. If I sold this myself, say if I got them and then I sold them for even $5 a piece, I'd be making profit. But here, I have to sell them for $10 a piece, and even then, no one is buying from Amazon. Just because they have to click this button and then click add to cart. So my suggestion is if you want to go down that route of Amazon, you have to go the Amazon FBA route. You have to make sure your packaging is proper, that you have the stickers everywhere. For it to go to Amazon, they have certain long requirements on going down that route. And you know that you are locking up capital, like $5,000 in capital, which I could really trade up and make more than that much money versus the 200, 450 or something return that you might get from Amazon FBA. But understand that you are taking a substantial investment into this business and that there's a ton of liability on your hands as well. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not without its risks. If you choose the wrong product and you are out competited in the market, basically everyone's going for all the competitors, you just struggle to hold visibility, you're going to make a loss. And that is the case with any type of business. So my suggestion is stay away from Amazon right now. It is too saturated of a market, too saturated for the suppliers, too saturated for you to become a seller. The people who've gone there have made strong connections, have paid a ton in advertising, a ton to be sponsored and everything like that. They're eking out margin and they're doing it in bulk. So for the general person, it's not feasible for you to start an Amazon business. And that's my 2 cents on the matter. You can probably watch some other videos on that, but yep, don't try making an Amazon store if you are starting out. It's not worth it.